Hey everyone, Frank with Ice Age Performance, and today we're releasing a new product and going to show you how to install it from start to finish, and that is the front arm drop kit for the Polaris Matryx snowmobiles model year 25 plus. And what this does is it reintroduces that lower position that was below the front torque arm bolt on the tunnel. Previous Axis and Matryx snowmobiles had this adjustment, and we really liked using it with our Elevate spindle kit up front and help to balance the sled front to rear for that geometry change up front, or just help lighten that front end if you're choosing to leave it stock. But having that adjustment was really great, and we miss it and want to reintroduce it on the model year 25 plus Matryx snowmobile. So we're going to show you today what we came up with, what's included in the kit, and how to install it on your Matryx snowmobile. So again, front arm drop kit, reintroducing that adjustment to your tunnel. And if you've done this to your previous Axis and Matryx snowmobiles, you know how well it works. So stay tuned, we're gonna dive into it here. Tools needed for the install of the front arm drop kit. We have a Rivet gun. You can also use an electric one or a pneumatic, but this manual 90 degree works pretty well, and these are like 15 bucks at a local hardware store. Next, we have a hammer, 16 millimeter wrench, 1/4 inch ratchet, an extension with a 10 millimeter, an extension for a 1/2 inch, and then a 17 and 16 millimeter socket. And we also have an impact and a drill as well. Just be careful with power tools, not to get too carried away or over torque things because you could strip them. And then of course we have the front arm drop kit with everything you need to install this besides just general tools like we listed here. And we're gonna break this open and show you what's included. So included in the kit is a new backer plate, and basically what these are doing are replacing the factory backer plate on the inside of the tunnel. So we'll remove that and we'll install this backer plate that we made, and what it does is it acts as a template as well, but it adds this lower hole here, and what we do is we locate on this stock front torque arm bolt hole and a couple rivets. That way we can drill with confidence with this. So this is the backer plate and acts as the template as well, so it just stays in the tunnel. In addition to those, we also have a couple specialty tools. We have this punch for knocking out the factory rivets. We have the drill bit for the new front torque arm bolt hole, a new drill bit for the additional rivet, and then a centering punch to make certain that the drill is not walking around and we can drill a new hole in the tunnel with confidence that it's not gonna walk around a bit. So that's everything that will be included in the front arm drop kit. First step is going to be loosening the rear axle bolt. We're going to loosen this, that way we can adjust the track tension and have a little bit easier of a time getting the skid out of the track. And you don't need to take it all the way out, you just loosen it, that way the axle can slide in the adjuster slot. Using a 16 millimeter wrench and a 10 millimeter with an extension, we're gonna loosen up the jam nut on the tensioner bolt here, and then remove all track tension with that tensioner bolt, which is a 10 millimeter, and then we'll be able to pop the tunnel bolts out and remove the skid. Now we're going to remove the 4 bolts that hold your suspension to the tunnel. 1 bolt up here, 1 at the rear drop bracket, and same on this side as well. And then we'll tip the machine on its side panel, preferably onto a foam pad or cardboard, that we don't mar it up. And just make sure you keep track of the lock washer and washer orientation on all 4 of these bolts. Next, we're gonna take the suspension here and kind of swing it away from the sled, and that'll give us a little bit of slack to remove it from the track and then put it up on the workbench and give us a lot more room to install that kit up front there. So we have the track pretty much totally out of the way here, and we have good visibility on the space that we're going to be working on here. And you can see here This is the factory backer plate on the inside of the tunnel, and then these are the 3 rivets that we'll be removing right here. And then we won't reuse this backer plate, obviously. There's a new one included in the kit. And then we'll be doing most of the work from the inside of the tunnel here. That way we can get a drill and locate a couple holes. But we're gonna take this punch, remove the factory rivets, and be well on our way. Now we'll take our drill and the provided drill bit, the smaller one, and drill out the 3 rivets that hold the factory backer plate in there. Backer plate is completely removed or released from the rivets, and just using a flathead screwdriver, we can take it just the rest of the way off. Factory backer plate, we'll hang on to this if you want to, or toss it. Doesn't hurt to keep it, but the other one is gonna have both positions, so really no need to have this. Plus ours is bigger and stronger. So we'll get the tunnel cleaned up here from the shavings, and then we'll get things aligned with the included backer plate and template. Take the included backer plate that's from the kit, and we're gonna locate on a couple of the factory rivet holes here and here, and then we're going to drill a couple new rivet holes and locate with this front torque arm bolt from the factory, and then most importantly, drill the lower drop position that we're adding. Align it into position near where the factory one was. Take the bolt that we removed from the tunnel that was holding the skid on earlier without the washers, place it in there. Rivet that's included in the kit, place there and here. And we won't actually attach these, we're just using this to locate. Then take the centering pin, put it into position there, and give it a couple light taps with the hammer. Now we can confidently drill with the included bit from the kit and make sure that it is in the correct position thanks to the template and that pin, which helps the drill bit not walk around. Take the plate off here, the bolt, and drill that hole. Next, we'll take one of the rivets. Now that the lower front torque arm hole is drilled, and we'll put it up through the bottom here. As you can see, it's nice and snug. We'll drill these 2 holes for the additional rivets, and then we'll be able to reinstall the skid and repeat all of these steps on the other side, but we'll drill these out first and get everything looking clean. So the front arm drop kit backer plate is completely installed. We fastened it starting with the 2 factory rivet locations here and here, and then we drilled and added 2 more rivet locations there as well. And most importantly, we now have that dropped front arm position that we'd like to use with the Elevate kit here. And also, we're still maintaining the usability of that stock position as well. So now we have both that we can use, and obviously, like we said earlier, if you've ran it in that drop position, you know how fun it is and how well it balances the sled for that taller spindle up front if you're using it with Elevate like we prefer. So we're gonna do the same steps on this side up here with the backer plate, then get the sled back up on its feet and go over a couple more details that you need to know with this kit. All right, the front arm drop kit fully installed on this 25 Matryx, track tensioned, ready to go, and we're currently running this in that new dropped position like you see here, and we still maintain that factory hole as well, so you have that adjustment if you so choose. But We used to do this on all of our previous Axis and Matryx snowmobiles. We really enjoyed that feature with the drop position that you would just drill out, and it pairs really well with our Elevate spindles, or just to lighten up that front end and make the sled a lot more playful and fun to ride. And honestly, we couldn't live without that feature, so we came up with this kit to make that adjustment possible. So if you have any questions, reach out. We're happy to help, but this is a full install process for the front arm drop kit. So reach out. Thanks again for watching.